Hello. This is not our usual night. So, hello. This is episode 29. Oh my gosh, I should remember, right? So, let me change this to... No, it's on live chat. Okay, that's good. So, yes, our journey through Healing Wise by Susun Weed. So I'm going to repeat myself at the end and maybe at the middle. I don't know. We'll see who shows up tonight since it is not our normal Thursday. So we are getting close to finishing this book, regardless of what I say, regardless of how come. I mean, I keep saying it, but we are getting close. So I'm going to take suggestions for the next book until December 1st. So there's already 3 suggestions, and they're listed in the Facebook group. I can list them in the description. One is Breeding Sweetgrass, one is The Winter Sisters, which is a novel, actually. And then there's a third one. So I want everyone to think about your suggestions, think about what you want us to read, and you can leave your suggestions in the comments of any of the book club lives up until the 1st. So it's about 2 weeks, and then or on the Facebook group. Link is also in the description of that. And then we will have a drawing and to see which book we're going to read. And then I'm also going to have a giveaway. So someone's going to win the book. And the criteria for that is, so you have several chances to enter. You can join the Facebook group or be a part of it already. So if you're part of the Facebook group, I'm going to enter your name in once. If you have watched at least, or maybe not have able to come to because sometimes the timing might not be right for you, but I guess if you're watching this series, even if you can't come to the lives, and then also I guess comment with I guess what's your favorite herb, and then I guess comment all of that, I'm a part of the book club and I have been following, and also this is my favorite herb. So you can do 3, and that's who I'm going to give it away to. I think it's really, I want to give it away to an active member of the book club, and not open it up to everybody. So yes. So, but if you want to, I haven't thought this through quite right. So maybe I will have a think about it, but I'm going to do a giveaway. So, and I'll put the rules down as soon as I hash them out. I think they're not quite right. So anyway, welcome. I think there's one person here tonight. It's not our usual time, so I don't know if anyone has, everyone has what is it? So I can't change it to top chat, so it's always on live chat right now. I guess maybe because there's nobody chatting. I don't know. But that's okay. I'm just going to jump right in. But the main thing is that I want to say is that we're going to pick a new book. And the deadline for picking a new book and putting in your suggestions is December 1st. So that's the main thing. My eyebrow looks so weird. It's so weird to like stare at yourself sometimes. You're like, hey, that's hello. Okay, so find where we are. It's gonna be helpful if I like. Oh yeah, I was gonna have everyone pick. Well, okay. Well, I'll pick. We had 2 herbs remaining. I'm gonna do burdock. Just because you harvest it, you use the root, you harvest it in the kind of the winter time and the fall, and it is that time. So we are going to start on page 87 if you have the book and want to follow along with Burdock Speaks. Here is the Latin name, which I cannot pronounce. Whoops, of course. Okay. But we are going to do burdock. This is a common name, burdock is. That's a common name, and then the Latin name is Arctium lapha. I'm butchering that. So that's burdock. So yeah, because it's a very deep root. I've never harvested it before, but I have heard from people who have that it is very deep root. And then it is commonly used in like Chinese cooking, Japanese cooking. That's the most I know. It's probably used in other Asian cultures as well. Not so much here, but you can get it here at places like Whole Foods, probably some specialty Asian markets. It's a very earthy tasting root. Very, very strong. Little goes a really long way. Hey, you. Come here. Yeah, you. Hey, I'm talking to ya. Come here, so's I don't have to shout. Not that I mind shouting. Just get yourself over here, closer a bit. Okay, okay. Say, are you comfortable? You can use one of my tremendously large leaves as a cushion if you want to sit. Huh? A sun hat? Sure thing. You're not too hot now, are you? Me, I like it here. Plenty of sun. So it's a dock, and docks usually have really big leaves. Plenty of sun, plenty of rich soil, and a nice big rock or 2 to get a good grip on. Yeah, you're right. The neighborhood is kind of run down, but still, it's a fine place for me. Beauty's more than skin deep, you know? What do you think, huh? Hey, now don't go away. Hey, okay. I know you think I'm good for nothing, a hustle, a pain, a problem. Oh, because it's called burdock because it has these little burrs. And those are the seeds, and it gets everywhere, and they're spiky, and yeah, I've experienced it. Not very fun. So yeah, no doubt heard I'm a shiftless stranger, coarse and crude, a worthless pest, and never do well. You think I'm a torment to little girls, and a tangler of dog tails, and a menace of fine wool, definitely. In short, a rank and obnoxious weed. I know, I heard it all before. But, and I think she's trying to like do a tough New York accent. I'm not really going to do it. Because you know. But that's what she's going for. Some sort of city thug and stuff. You ain't heard my side. You ain't heard from me. What? You say I'm difficult to hear from? Get down. Just get down now. 'Cause I work deep down. If you want to hear from me, you're gonna have to get down, get slow, and chill out. I'm not just a surface phenomenon, you know. I'm deep. You hear me? Deep. I work behind the scenes, in the depths, kind of like a housekeeper, or a janitor, or a plumber. I just work under the skin, from the inside out, you know. I take on unsavory stuff, the rough work nobody else wants to touch. Call me names, curse me like the others do. Look down on me and deny my goodness, but still I am the mighty burdock, and I stand in my truth. My truth is heavy-duty nourishment, and my penetrating power. My nourishment death hits on your death, just like my roots plunge deep into the earth, and my power, like a sword of health, wholeness, and holiness. I cut the shit, if you get what I mean. Toxic waste, negativity, useless junk, garbage. I cut it out, and I nourish my helpers, your liver, your kidney, and your lymphatic system. And those systems do need nourishment and a lot of help. Now, does that make me a hero or an outlaw? I ask you. Myself, I think my work is grand. I'm proud of my ability to clean up your messes and strengthen your innards. But you people, make laws against me, revile me, abuse me, say that I'm a pesky cousin of Thistle, call me a rank immigrant, claim that I'm degenerated from a good herb. Degenerated? Question mark? Yeah, me too. Look who's talking. It's a wonder I even consent to talk to you dumb primates. Hey, I'm sorry. Listen. I'm sorry, come on, sit down again. I may be bitter on the outside, but inside I'm a real sweetie. Believe me. Hey, sit down. I can tell you're different, right? Maybe you're one of those Mackies? Yeah, that's it. Mackies love me all right. Or maybe you're Oriental. This is okay. I'm going to read this, but I'm not quite sure about some of these terms might be offensive that she's using, and I apologize. I don't know. I don't know what a Mackie is, and I don't know if any people call Asian people Orientals, and if that's appropriate. So I just wanted to put that disclaimer as I read this bit here. I don't want to offend anyone, and I apologize if that happens. So, but this is what she has written. Of course, if it's not offensive, awesome. But I'm not sure. So, and I don't think she means it as offensive. This was written on the 80s, so I think sensitivities might have changed some. But yes, I don't think the spirit was initially that. So she's saying Asian people love her. Here in America, they call me Gubo. Oh, great name, Gubo. the root of energy, strongest of the strong. Woohoo! What do you think? Ain't I tough? Ain't I yang? Get down. I'm just ya going. Just let me at 'em. I'll get ye moving and grooving and sweating and stoking. Stoking. I'll get you moaning and pissing and groaning and grinding. I am Burdock, a cool head in a pinch, and a boogie baby in these easy times. Why don't you get to know me better, you know? I'm a favorite of Venus, and she is full of love medicine. I'm known for my staying power, baby. I say get down. Ain't I robust looking? You can tell I'm full of get up and ready to go. If you dare try me, know that you're in for an extended play. I ain't no one night stand. Oh no, I'm in for the long haul and I got endurance too. Some swear I can make your womb do somersaults. I ain't jivin'. Oh, course, that don't mean I'll be around forever, you know. I'm full of seeds and I'll scatter them whenever I can, that's true. And I'll never stick around long enough to see their second birthdays. The only long-term relationship I got going is with Dr. Dandelion, my Cherie, but she gets around too. Dig me? We got this open thing, you know, but we're real sweet on each other. We each got our own lives and our own work to do, but we get together on the harder jobs, you follow? So that's my story. Now you heard the other side of my side. Now you heard from me, Burdock. Whew. Yeah, I never know what to think about these parts. I think it's great that she anthropomorphizes them, but I think that it's really sometimes I just don't know where she's coming from. Anyway, this is the picture, and we were all looking at last week and how pretty it was. So I'm going to read some Burdock facts, page 90. And I think it's just going to be rereading this time. I know there are 2 other lives going on, so that might affect people not coming, although I don't know if everyone, yeah. I guess I should have put up a reminder in the Facebook group. I could actually do that now. I'll be right back, guys. I don't know if that's going to help. Okay. I don't know if that helped. Okay. Unless I put 10:30 for, I don't know. It's been a crazy week for me. I hope everyone has had a good week. I have had quite a crazy week. I think every week is crazy, but this week is pretty crazy. So, yeah, I've had a couple days where I got like 3 hours of sleep or less. But I'm catching up now, which is good. So, Burdock facts. So the so the first part of the Latin name, Artulium. How do they pronounce it? Arctium. It's from Arctos, which is Greek, and it means bear. And the Lapa, the Lapa, it's Celtic, and it means hand or to seize. So, let's see. It is in the composite daisy family, the dandelion tribe. There's some other common names for it, other common English names. I can't pronounce the other ones, even though she gives Chinese, Russian, German, French, Italian. English name is love leaves, beggars, buttons, cockle buttons, thorny burr, stickers, stick tight, burrs, burr seed, hair burr, cockatoo button, cloth burr, clot burr, fox's chote, personate, hairlock, turkey burr, batweed, ooh, that's fun, batweed, hardock, woolly dock, happy major, gobo, and lapa. And so the fiber uses or Velcro fasteners are actually based on burdock burrs, which is cool. I already knew that, but that is, I really like that fact a lot. Food uses, burdock sold in separate markets and in specialties markets and stores, especially in China as gobo. Leaves and stalks, pickled, cultivated in Japan, Hawaii, and occasionally in the New England states. Medicinal uses are roots sold dry and tinctured, burr seeds for oil occasionally sold. I wonder what that's for. Maybe she talks about it later. My friend has a bunch of burdock in her garden, and that might be something that I can make. They make a bunch of oil, so. Soil uses restores minerals to topsoil, burn or add to compost. Animal uses. My mother taught me not to say anything if I could say anything nice that shepherds and dog owners have to say about burdocks clinging burrs is really nice. Okay. So shepherds don't like them. Habitat, moist fertile soils in the temperate zone, especially abandoned sites, roadsides, natural range throughout Europe and Asia. Most of North. So there's two species. There's A. lapa, which is what we're talking about, and apparently there's A. minus, which grows mostly in the United States. North America. So the United States and Canada? Yes. So current range. Throughout the temperate zones of Asia, China, Europe, North America, Australia, Tanzania, Japan, and Hawaii. Toxicity externally. One cause of contact dermatitis from leaves has been reported. Internally, burdock is quite non-toxic. There are no known alkalis or saponins in the root. So the alkalis and saponins are constituents, active parts of the active compounds of the plant. Occasional reports of double vision have resulted from contamination of dried root with poisonous plants. Okay. Extended or sudden extensive use may so you may have loose stool if you use too much. Best identified, large veins up to 3 feet, 1 meter long, and nearly as wide, leaves with reddish stalks and woolly undersides. Bitter taste left on fingers after rubbing leaves. And then they have the burrs. So, see if, hold on 1 second. One second. Sorry, I'm sending text. I normally don't do this during the live. So, okay. So the burdock weed walk, and that's page 91. Look at the glorious fall colors. Let's go for a walk. We'll go down to the abandoned farm and harvest some burdock roots and seeds. Grab a sweater. It'll be chilly by the time we start back. Let's take the spading fork, and these bags, and the hand trowel, and gloves. We're likely to need them all. Burdock roots are hard to dig, and you can use something called a hori knife that's supposed to be really good for digging roots. So that's also something you can use. I think it's Hori, hori. And they do sell them in most garden shops, or like specialty garden shops. So, or you can probably get them on the internet. There's lots of burdock here along the way, but we'll never stand a chance of loosening it from this roadside. No more chance than I'll have had if I tried to harvest the biggest burdock plant I've ever saw. It was in Toronto, on a street corner. Out of a crack between the cement sidewalk and a brick building grew a flowering burdock higher than my head and wider than my arms could stretch. Burdock is a plant that takes 2 full years to complete its life cycle. See here, these are the first-year plants. We'll dig their roots. They have leaves only, no flower stalks. They'll flower next year, and then they'll look like these, filled with burrs that follow the flowers. The burry second-year plants are nearly dead now. All the life has gone from them into the seeds, so we'll gather these seeds as well. So she's saying that you want to do the roots from the first-year plants because they have the life is still in the roots, and then the second-year plants, the life has gone. All the energy in the plant has gone to the seed. So that's at least what I think she's saying. The first-year plant develops such enormous leaves that it is easily mistaken for some kind of rhubarb. The reddish purplish leaf stalk and veins add to the mistaken identity, but the dense white undersurface of the leaf is quite distinct, as is the exceedingly bitter taste left on your fingers after rubbing the leaf briskly between thumb and forefinger. Here, try it. Turn down this dirt road. See how much bigger even the roadside burdock gets as we get down towards the river, where the soil is richer and wetter. Let's start digging here. And you also, another reason she probably didn't harvest it by the roadside is you're not supposed to. You're supposed to harvest at least 50 feet from a road, because all the fumes and all the chemicals from the cars and the road and everything is sort of, getting into the plant. And it's just, you're going to get just a better, cleaner plant. from harvesting away from the road. Because we don't need to really eat those fumes and stuff. So the burdock root develops by growing straight down, sending out lateral holding roots wherever it finds a significant anchor, such as a rock. These lateral anchors and the propensity of the burdock leaves to break off when you pull on them make it impossible to pull up the burdock root. We're going to have to dig a lot to harvest these roots. This may be a short one, guys, because I've got like 3 more pages of reading of the weed walk. And usually these slides are not just me reading, so got lots of liquid. Okay. Well, one's tea and one is water. We've been broadcasting, so this is page 92. We've been broadcasting our intentions to these burdocks as we work here. So let's begin without further ado. Today is excellent for digging medicinal roots. The frost last night signaled the plants to put down energy down into their roots, and the new moon strengthens that flow down and in. I've been harvesting roots to eat since the middle of July, but waited until now to harvest roots for medicine. The tincture we make from this will be good for drawing out fluids, urine, sweat, menstrual flow, inflammation, and infection. I'll come back next spring, no doubt, to get more of these same roots for soups and if needed for more tincture. Though their energy and medicinal value won't be nearly as strong then as they are now. This plant looks healthy. The leaves are as long as my arm and nearly as wide, a gray-green and broadly wavy at the edge, undoubtedly undulating softly. The size of the leaves doesn't always tell the size of the root, but I expect this one will be worth our effort. Notice the rough texture of the older leaves and the velvety, smooth, fuzzy surface of the young leaves, and how the fuzzy extends down the leaf stalk, or pepitole. This is a botany term which I can't pronounce, but I'm going to write it so that one can look it up. And yeah, if you guys want to, you guys spell it right. Yeah, so that's a botany term. Once we dig up the root, we'll take off the leaves. We'll cut off their stalks and take these home for dinner, leaving the leaves here to decompose, which they do remarkably fast. Start in the east and make a plunge straight down with the spading fork, right next to the root. Here, I'll hold the leaves away. This is called great burdock. And that's what we're talking about. That is pronounced. That's the Arctium lapa. See how the stalks are grooved with a U-shaped gouge on the top and solid. Here, break this one off. Arctium minus, the slightly smaller sister plant, has hollow leaf stalks. As though the groove had grown together, her flowers are stalkless, while the great burdock has stalked flowers, especially though they are the same plant and used in essentially though they are the same plant and used in exactly the same ways. I am not as familiar with burdock as I am with most of these plants in the book. I haven't actually physically harvested any and taken a good look at the burdock. So I've just gotten the burrs on my clothing. We were clearing brush from my friend's garden, so I was doing that, and I wasn't. It was in the in the fall last year. Gosh, it was spring. It was this spring. And that was quite a job. So I was concentrating on that. Yeah, I definitely need to pay attention to the burdock this year and get some more experience. And if you find interbreed, and you'll find interbreeds too, at least 8 distinct ones are already recognized. Don't worry, they're all burdock. Stubborn root. Hey, the stubborn root. How's the stubborn root coming along? Great, good work with the fork. A shovel will cut through the root. That's why we don't use one. Now take the fork and go straight down again, only this time in the south. And now in the west. Rock the spading fork from side to side before you take it out of the earth. And here in the north. Good. Now go around again and again. As you loosen the soil, I'll get it out of the way with the hand trowel so you can go deeper with the fork on your next round. Phew! Well, we're down past the leaf base. That's quite the trick that burdock has, keeping so well buried that the first several inches of digging only brings us to the top of the root. Go round some more with that spading fork. Ah, there's the first lateral root. That one going off to the side and under a rock, no doubt. Let's see if we can pull it loose. Oops, broke it. Smell it, earthy, open, cool, faintly aromatic. Deep, deep, slow. Yes, yes, have a taste. Like it? It's such a surprise to find the root so sweet after tasting the bitterness of the leaves. Isn't it? What price? That piece that stays in the ground will grow a new plant next year, so I'm glad it broke off. So comfrey's like that too. You just need a tiny bit of root, and then you can start a whole new plant. The root is entirely white when it sprouts, but as it grows, the outer layer attains a dark brown to black coloration, which in the second year becomes a thick, distinct layer. Under that, the burdock root is a beautiful serrated white with a dense inner core. Okay, we're down nearly as far as I can reach, and we still haven't come to the end of this burdock root. Put your feet in the hole there with me and hold on to the root. Now envision it loosening from the earth and giving way its firmness, its wholeness, its abundance to us, and gently, slowly pull, pull. Yes, that's it. We got it. Let's do another one. Next year, flower stalks will grow from the roots we leave undisturbed. Besides being certain to leave enough fruits here to ensure an ongoing supply of burdock, we want to leave enough so I can harvest the flower stalks next summer. It is the choicest edible of the whole plant, both because the flavor is so good and because the effort involved in harvesting is so minimal. I have a funny memory about burdock stalk. The first time I harvested it, I was on my own. I remember it was edible, but nothing more. Not wanting to carry the whole stalk home with me, I decided to take only the choicest bits. I knew that most wild plants were tastiest and tenderest in the new growth, so I carefully cut off and saved all the little branches and threw the big stalk away. Was I ever chagrined when I got home and checked my checked in my books to discover I discarded the best part. It was really too late for gathering stalk anyhow. The flowers were already open, and burdock stalk is at its best before the flower buds even form. Some like it seems like it takes only a few days for that stalk to grow from nothing to shoulder high, and the bigger it gets, the bigger a knife you need to cut it. In places where people war against burdock and cut it off repeatedly, the stalk will persist, branching furiously and even flowering at ground level if need be. So I've also never had the stalk either. So that's interesting. What are the flowers like? Imagine little purple thistle flowers on top of these pesky round seed capsules, and imagine that the capsules are green, like a fuzzy purple ball on a dense fuzzy green ball. And all of these little hooks you see here on the mature seed capsule are there on the young green ball, but flexible and not ready to hook you yet. The green burdock burrs don't disintegrate when you handle them, the way the ripe brown ones do, so they're fun to play with. I've made all sorts of pretend characters from green burrs and even put on shows with them, much to the delight of my young friends and the fairies, in parentheses. This is page 94. If you're still following along, and I think I'm going to read this page and probably call it a night because I'm getting tired. I think it's hard for me just to continuously read for an hour. So, but we'll get to this the end of this weed walk. And I really do like the weed walks because, if you can't do an actual weed walk, this is the next best thing. It kind of, you really can get a picture of what to expect and what you need to harvest and how things might be with this plant from this description. So she does a really good job. The anthropomorphized parts I tend to like less or have, I don't know, but these parts I like more. But they're both good. I think they're both really good parts of the book, even though the accents are hard to read for the anthropomorphized parts. I'm also drinking Tulsi tea, which makes me sleepy. The leaves on the flower stalk are different from the leaves you see here now. These basal leaves have wavy borders, are large, roughly heart-shaped, and are on long leaf stalks. The leaves on the flower stalk next year will be more oval, much, much smaller, and not wavy at the edges. You can see some of them here still on this dying second year of burdock. Oof. Hold on. I have to get this. Going to be in the other room for a second. Okay. I had to get some chocolate. Okay. It's late autumn of the second year of its life, and the great burdock is nearly dead. The seed-filled burrs are brown and ready to break away from the stalks when barely touched. The leaves are withered, and even the sturdy root can now be wrestled from its earth socket, for it has shrunken and is ready to let go of its grasp. Here, try it carefully. Tug on it, envision it coming loose. There it is. I wish the first year roots could be removed with so little exertion. But look how withered and rotten this root is. All the good stuff is in the seed now. Oh, I see you've already started to gather burrs. You'll really find it much more convenient to put them in the bag than sticking them to your arms and legs and back and hair like that. Ready to go? We still have a lot of work ahead of us at home, but I want to take the long way back through the woods. None of this burdock harvest is perishable, so we can afford to dawdle and enjoy the autumn show. Once home, we'll jump up and down on our bags of burdock burrs, or roll them with a rolling pin to loosen the seeds. Then we'll sieve out the little fiberglass-like white hairs intermingled with the seeds. We could let a pan of water be our sieve too. The hairs float and the seeds sink. We'll put some seeds up in oil. Wet ones don't work for that. And the rest in vodka. I keep the seeds dry once or twice. I've kept the seeds dry once or twice, but they always seem to hatch out crawling wiggly things if kept until spring. So we'll clean and tincture the roots too. That's later. Now, in this exquisite autumn afternoon, what a beautiful sunset. What brilliant colors. How abundantly we are cared for by the earth. Doesn't it make you happy to be alive? Oh, that's nice. So I've never heard about people using the seeds. So that's cool. And she's going to talk about the seeds. Apparently they're good for your urinary system, so that's good. And the leaf, okay. Just looking ahead to see about the recipes. Oh. Okay, so we're gonna stop there. I know it's a little shorter than normal, but I don't know how long that boost I got from the chocolate is gonna last. I seem pretty sleepy today. I've had my crazy week. But thank you for the person who is here listening to me ramble live, and hello everyone who hopefully will be watching me on replay. And I understand, because this is a very different night. I'm never on Saturday night. I just had to move it. But next week we will be back. We'll be doing Thursday night at 10 p.m. And I'll have that posted on the Facebook group as well, so that everything will be back to norms. And we'll continue with page 95, which is talking about burdock root and properties and all the nitty-gritty, like medicinal stuff. And yeah, and hopefully we can finish that. I don't know. we'll finish that next week. I'm trying to finish this book by the new year. I think we're gonna do it. We'll see. It seems how fast we go. And I have a lot to put up on the Facebook group, a lot of scans. And I'm, of course, behind in that. And then also, I think this book might have a burdock section too. And everyone seemed to really like when I read from this book as well. So we'll, tap your resources. So we'll do that as well before leaving burdock. This is a really pretty picture. And this is the illustrated herbiary. Whoops. The illustrated herbiary. It's an oracle card and book thing from local. This person lives in my hometown, which is cool. It's such a beautiful book. Okay, so yes, suggestions, please. By December 1st, cutoff time, I will be doing a draw from any of the books suggested, and if nobody suggests anything, then we will draw from these 3 books that I have already suggested. But it would be cool if we had more, because as you know, we do spend a lot of time. This is a very different book club where you don't need the book, and I read and we talk about each section. And we go through it very slowly. We don't do a book a month. This book has taken us like, I think I started in, I don't know when I started. It's been over 6 months that we've been reading this book and really kind of diving into it. So, and yeah, so put your suggestions forward, please. But I do think that the books we have suggested are really good too. So if worse comes to worse, I think we will be good. Okay, so hit the like button if you've enjoyed my rambling. Subscribe if you're interested in more. And I hope everyone has a really awesome night. And I'll think about details of the giveaway. Don't worry about it. Although I do want to have some way to gate it so it's like people who are active in the book club. And I don't want to just open it up to the whole, like, I don't know. Maybe I will. But, or maybe if you are in attendance or you watch the book club or you're part of the Facebook group, you get more, your name goes in the hat more than if someone who just says, hey, I just want to enter. But yeah, I have to think about it. I have to think about the best way to do it and a good way and a fair way and easy way. So anyway, now the chocolate's just gone to my brain. But yeah, y'all have a good night. It looks like we're just going to be on nights. I don't know when I'm going to go back to days. I'll let everyone know. So, and I apologize for having to switch it tonight. So anyway, bye. I wish I could have talked longer, but I couldn't tonight. So, but anyway, I'm trying, I try not to get too critical of Susun Weed's stuff. I love her books. Please don't get me wrong. So, but some of it is I don't understand some of it. So, but yes, the huge majority of it I love, and her books are great, and I read a whole bunch of them. And I'm in the middle of her new one, which has come out probably, and I'm supposed to do a review of it. So actually, I'm almost finished. Okay, now I'm rambling. But anyway, I love Susun Weed and her books and everything. Yeah, I'm really rambling. Oh. Okay. Anyway, y'all know what I mean. So, you know, and I will figure out what I mean to say at some point. Yeah. About things. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I will talk to everyone next week, and have a good day.